Hey guys, welcome to the video. In this video today, I'm actually going to go over 5 beginner investing mistakes that I really think you should avoid on your investing journey. So guys, the first mistake I see a lot of beginner investors making right now in 2021 is actually just sort of jumping into the market with unrealistic expectations, right? So they're jumping into the market expecting to really make a quick buck, that you're gonna put your $1,000 in there and it's gonna 10x in a matter of weeks or months. And this is partially due to the fact that simply jumping on social media, whether it's IG, whether it's Twitter or YouTube, it seems like any social media outlet that's talking about the stock market at all is always talking about some stock that's shooting off to the moon, that's 10xing in a matter of weeks or a couple of months. And that's actually giving a lot of beginner investors this false sense of security that this is actually what the stock market is like. This is what it's always going to be, what it's always been like, and this is what it's always going to be like. When in reality, we are currently in uncharted waters. We've never seen the market where it is right now. So far removed from any relationship with the actual economy and what's actually going on in the economy right now. So I won't get too deep into that, but just know that this isn't the norms. This isn't what the market has always been like, and don't expect this bull market, this run that's happening right now to last forever. Okay, kind of know what you're getting yourself into. Really understand it before you put any money into the market. The next mistake I see a lot of beginner investors making is actually just not being honest with yourself about how hands-on you really want to be with your investing practice. Right. So what I mean by that is that when you're getting started, it's actually all super exciting, learning about this stuff, the fact that you realize that you know how to value a company, that you know how the market works, or at least the fundamentals and the basics of it. However, you also then start to realize that it's a lot of work, right? You also start to realize it's a lot of repetitive work. It's a lot of reading. It's a lot of digging deep into the companies that you're really interested in and that you're really trying to get to know. And sometimes that sense of, playing with the shiny new toy tends to wear off. And when it does, it's really easy to fall off and not keep up with your investing practice. It's really easy to fall off and not, be consistent with keeping up with the companies that you're trying to buy. And when you tend to do that, you're gonna jump into companies without fully doing the homework required to really understand that business. And when you put your money into a business you don't understand, that's how you can really get yourself into trouble. That's how you can get yourself into losing money. So guys, really, it's okay to be a passive investor. It's actually okay to just buy the index, to hold and dollar cost average and just hold it throughout. It's not going to be the most exciting thing to talk about, with your mates, with your friends who are all investing in Tesla and Bitcoin. It's not going to be the sexiest thing to tell people that, hey, I've just got the index and I'm just buying and holding. However, it is one that's not going to lose you money if you adhere to it. And you're better off sticking to a strategy that won't lose you money in the long run than speculating and hoping and praying on an investment that you don't fully understand. So the third beginner investing mistake that I see a lot of, especially, and this one is actually reared its ugly head a lot more recently, and that's all due to, again, social media playing a big role in our society these days. And that's actually just taking hot stock tips from your buddies, right? Taking hot stock tips from the guy that you meet, from a drunk guy that you spoke to a bar and that just so happened to chuck $5,000 into GME stock and it just shot up and tripled overnight, and all of a sudden he's a stock picking guru, right? You know what I mean? In this day and age, there's a lot of people out there who, yes, they have probably made some returns in the market, but then again, everything in the market's been going up over the last year or so. You could almost guarantee that your portfolio is in some way, shape, or form gone up in the last year. And some guys will see that and they'll start feeling themselves a little bit. They're going to stop thinking, hey, I know a little something about the stock market. And then they feel like they can just give out tips to everybody. And obviously there's some of us that aren't, that are brand new to the market, and all they have to do is say, hey, look at this stock that I bought. It's tripled in the last month. And sometimes that's enough to sway a young beginner investor to invest in a company, right? Be really mindful of where you're getting your tips from. Just be really careful that you're not picking up tips from your buddy or your Uber driver or your cab driver or some guy that you meet, that's drunk at the bar bragging about his GME gains. So do your own work, right? Do your own due diligence, and make sure you know what you're buying before you buy into it, okay? And guys, if you're getting any value out of this video at all so far, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more videos like this. So on to the fourth investing mistake that I see some beginners making, and that's actually just going ahead gun-ho, jumping into the market before you're actually ready to invest. What I mean by that is actually jumping into the market and investing before you've established an emergency fund, right? Which is going to be able to cover your expenses for the next 3 to 6 months in case, an emergency happens, which is exactly what it's there for. Okay, you don't want to put a whole chunk of your money into the market and then an emergency happens and you have no way to pay for it, right? That's what the emergency fund is there for. I've actually gone into that a lot more in depth into that in one of my videos, in one of my earlier videos, which I will link in the description below. And also, also investing before you've actually paid off any high interest debts that you have. Okay, so again, that's something I've gone into depth, gone more depth with in the video below. But yeah, make sure that you've actually taken care of what you need to take care of before you chuck any money in the stock market. All right, it's not fun, it's not sexy, but it's definitely something you should do before putting any money into the market. So the fifth and final mistake that I actually see a lot of beginner investors making is simply not investing at all. Right now, that could be due to two reasons, right? The first one is really paralysis by analysis, just spending too much time analyzing and making sure that you've read and watched every single video that's out there, and make sure you know everything before you, put any money into the market. And the problem is you're never going to read everything and you're never going to watch everything, right? So don't spend too much time analyzing it. Just go out there and commit, trust in yourself, trust in the work you put in, and just put your money to work for you, right? And the next one is simply just trying to time the market, right? Everyone wants to go and buy in low at the low and sell high, right? But the problem is nobody has a crystal ball and no one's actually been able to perfectly time the market, right? Maybe there is someone that's out there that's done it, but it's definitely not anyone that I know of, and it's not, it's definitely not something that's common. Don't, spend your time worrying about making sure you're buying at the perfect time. Okay, trying to time the market is like trying to catch a falling knife. It never ends well for anybody. Okay, so don't spend too much time overthinking it. Right, just trust in yourself and trust in the process that that you put the work into it and put your money to work for you. Guys, so thank you very much for watching the video. If you did enjoy the video, please like the video, as that does help the channel quite a bit. And also feel free to subscribe for a new video every week, which is just going to help you with your your investing goals and just helping you get better with your money. All right, so if you are a beginner investor and you enjoyed more videos like this, you want to go to my channel. I'm going to link the video up here. It's going to take you a video that's just going to take you over things you need to do before you actually put your money into the market. All right, but until the next video, guys, I'll see you then. Cheers.